Welcome to Difficult Conversation Africa broadcast. I present to you the host, Yinka Olaito.
If there's anything Nigerians are known for globally, especially over 200 million, we know that there are a few that are destroying the name. We are known for hard work. We are known for intelligence. We are known for um, a level of commitment to majority of the things. Unfortunately, these are not translated into wealth for many people. Some are rich, maybe they have the money, but they are not wealthy. So we are looking at today at why hardworking Nigerians stay broke. It's about financial intelligence and all of that. And this is the background of what we're trying to say. Hard work is deeply ingrained in every average Nigerian. That is what we know. From students to entrepreneurs, civil servants, freelancers, many Nigeria themselves are very resilient. That is something that we know with resilience, and this is globally acclaimed by almost everybody that we are very resilient. We have all it takes. We hustle. In fact, hustle is a common household name. Hustle, hustle, hustle. But what is the product of those activities for most of us? Then we work long hours. Unfortunately, many are not working smarter. This episode explores a sensitive but widely shared frustration why income growth often fails to translate into financial stability, at least for most Nigeria. Beyond low wages, because we keep that we have low wages, but beyond low wages, we also know that economic pressure, many Nigerians unknowingly operate within income traps, lifestyles, inflation, cycles, invisible spending leak, and destructive money habit, which is very, very important. Our money leaks in our pockets. And sometimes people believe that maybe it is one enemy that is leaking their pocket and all of that. So rather than blaming individuals or romanticizing hustle culture, the conversation today interrogates systemic reality alongside personal financial behavior. Why learning about financial intelligence is important, why earning more doesn't always translate into building wealth, how social pressure and soft life optic drain the income, and as much as we also talk about the hidden cost of um, recurring expenses, psychological and cultural drivers of money that are quite important. This is the reason why we bring an expert to share with us. He has been here, and the feedback for his session have been very, very encouraging. That's why we think that he's the best expert to discuss this. And he is a global West strategist, a CEO, a financial analyst and advisor to many companies, and he is very active. Welcome, Mr. Benjamin Droja.
Thank you so much. I'm deeply grateful for this privilege. It's so wonderful to be back. Thank you.
Thank you. So, you've seen, you must have seen in the course of your work that many Nigerians are quite actually hardworking, but money are still broke, and these are the reason that we bring this issue. The first question I want to ask you today is the core paradox. Many Nigerians are working hard genuinely. Why does hard work alone often fail to produce financial security for majority?
Thank you so much. I would like to say that work ethics, strong work ethics, is an important requirement for building wealth. It
Okay.
is very required, but it's not sufficient.
Mm.
That is what many of us Nigerians have not come to
Time with.
time with and grasp. The truth remains that You can work hard from now till tomorrow, till eternity.
And
still
hustle,
not, and hustle.
like you say.
But at the end of the day, you'll still be poor and broke. And I was thinking about it earlier this morning. I said that a palm wine tapper, for instance, can be hardworking.
Wake up early,
waking up early, going to tap wine. The truth is that business model is faulty. The person cannot be rich. So the first thing we need to know, what kind of work are you doing? That is one of the critical questions we must ask ourselves. And then what is your mindset as regards that work? Like I said, strong work ethics is very, very important. But I would like to say that there are two kinds of hard work.
Okay.
There is effective hard work, and then there is defective hard work.
What is the difference?
Many Nigerians are fixated on defective hard work. Now, there is hard work the hard work that is effective is when, first, it aligns to your skill set. Number two, it pays you well. You are productive. Many of Nigerians are not on. Many people are focused. They're working on jobs, just following. It's like a drudgery. Just following the motions. You get what I mean? So they are not really productive on their jobs. And the truth remains that when you are not productive, when you are not properly productive, you won't be paid well. You won't be paid well.
You can be working and not productive.
You can be working and not. You can be working hard and still not productive and profitable to your organization.
Even to yourself.
Even to yourself. So work that is not productive, hard work that is not productive and profitable to you and to your organization is defective hard work. The one that is productive, profitable, and adds tremendous value to other stakeholders is what we call effective hard work. Many of us Nigerians, the reason why we stay broke is because we are engaged in defective hard work.
So how will you define it? You said that something that is not productive.
Yes.
For an average person, how do we define hard work that is not productive? Maybe in a layman terms.
Okay. So just imagine the average person going to work, giving tasks, and just following the task and doing it, not going beyond the call
of that job.
Of the job, not looking at how to fill in the gaps, not looking at how to add tremendous value to the organization beyond your responsibilities.
Daily job, okay.
Many people shirk away from that. They say, hey, I just want to follow my own job and I don't want any wala. Like Nigerians say. The truth remains that people are watching. Your bosses are watching. For instance, they can, who wants to volunteer to do this, to do that? People will just shy away.
I do my own.
No, I want to just focus on my own. People are watching. Let me cite an example. Something happened some years back, just to tell you what the effective work is, and how to add value beyond the call of nature, and how that leads to promotion. To cut the long story short, a gentleman, a junior worker, was asked by his boss to go to Yaba. This was many years ago. He was given 10 naira. This was many in the 70s. Okay. Given 10 naira as transportation. So he went to Yaba from Shomolu, went to Yaba and back. And he went back to his boss. I said, boss, I have gone, I've done what you told me to do. This is your change, 8 naira change. The boss looked at him. And the people around him, the other co-workers, you're there. He's not smart. How can you be going back to your boss to deliver, going back to deliver the balance? To cut the long story short, even the boss himself thought the guy was, not smart. We think that being smart is when you can cut corners, when you can, try to make things happen or just hustle. People would see it, okay, I will just quickly hustle to the venue or to the location and then come back. Whatever the balance is my own. It's my hustle. But the guy didn't see it that way.
So some people call that hustle.
It's also to some people, to many Nigerians. He went back and delivered the change. And he dropped the money. Guess what happened? A few months afterwards, the boss was thinking of opening another branch.
Somewhere
else in Ilorin. He was thinking of, okay, who can I send? Who is trustworthy? That I can send.
Integrity.
That has integrity.
And the DNA of this.
Yes. And productivity. and profitability.
Mm.
He now remember that junior staff. And do you know that junior staff, within a few months, from being a junior staff, he became a branch manager.
Mm.
That is effective work.
All right. Many still don't understand it. The difference between being rich, which is having money, and being wealthy. So, in your own field, income versus wealth is the real issue low income, poor money management, or misunderstanding of how wealth actually grows?
That is a very, very important question. I have had time to think about this for a number of time. Even, as a wealth advisor, I've had the privilege of working with a lot of people who have high income, but who are still
Very broke.
very broke. Imagine someone earning about 1.2 million naira per month or 1.5 million naira per month. Yes, yet before the middle of the month, the person is broke.
Money is already.
Why? A few things. Number one, the person, because of what we call conspicuous consumption, trying to show off
that you really belong.
That you belong, goes to buy a car on loan, and then moves to a highbrow part of town. Where the rent is about maybe 20 million per annum, or move to Ikoyi and pay 60 million per annum, just to show that he or she had arrived. So there are quite a number of factors, to be candid. I think one of the first issues is that many of us Nigerians do not have what I call a transformational mindset. That's just the truth. I'm telling you the way it is. We do not have a transformational mindset. What we focus, we have a consumerism mindset. Not a necessarily productive mindset. What do I mean? When the average Nigerian makes money,
it's to consume or buy more.
Consume. The more the money
is human. I think that is human.
No,
not Nigeria alone.
I'm telling you the truth. It's the mindset. It's human, quite a but it is. I think the African. Let me not just use.
Oh, showing off.
The African. I want to show
that
has in his or DNA that flashy kind of. It's like
I've left the
get it. I am not. I'm not
among.
The truth is, we have in this culture, we have a culture of mutual impoverishing. So the average Nigerian wants to, I must shake myself out. I must also. So the first thing, for instance, a friend of mine was telling me about a client. He works with a financial institution. So they gave a client a loan, 70 million naira. Guess what the client did? The first thing he did, he took 25 million naira out of that 70. I went to buy a car. Loan. That is the mindset we're talking about. A non-transformational mindset. A mindset that is not focused on generating surplus value. We think that wealth is what you can see. The truth remains that wealth is invisible. It is generated from within. Wealth is who you are. Success is who you are, not what you have, necessarily. But the average African, I'm just trying to generalize it now, and this is proven. The average African focuses more on physical substance.
I have cash.
I have this, I have
But he does not know that cash there is minus expenditure that is already there.
Net worth. When you have so much loans, you have so much debt, and very little assets. So, what is it? Asset minus liability. When you have a negative asset or negative stuff, we have it. It's called negative net worth.
Even if you have the cash,
your debt is more than your asset, or your liabilities are more than your assets. It's called negative net worth. Someone can be, you can see someone ostentatious, looking big, looking good, driving big cars, and the person, when you go to the back end
of that lifestyle,
you go to the back end, you see that the person is. Imagine someone driving a Hummer Jeep or driving
and it's in heavy debt.
It's in heavy debt. It's in heavy debt. In fact, I can say that some Nigerians drive big cars. Sometimes they don't even have money to fuel the car.
to buy to fuel it.
So it goes beyond, I was listening to someone the other day and said that it's not about you being able to buy big stuff. It is you having the cash flow to maintain it. Imagine someone bought a Range some years back. He bought a Range Rover. And I was very happy. But something happened to that Range Rover. You just went to do a diagnostic and said, this thing is going to cost you 300,000 now. What is that? 300,000. This money, he went to sell the Range Rover. He sold the Range Rover and bought the car that he could afford. So, you can see that it's a combination of so many factors.
What is more than having money in your hand?
It is.
I was watching a video yesterday, and somebody said an individual gave him a car that he had not used for 2 years. He just felt that he did not need it again, that he should sell it. And somebody said, why didn't you give it out? He said that the car tire alone is 5 million. That if he give it out to somebody, he's putting that person, to whoever, that he will be putting that person into very good debt. If one tire is 5 million. So if you are going to do the 4, that's almost 20 million. But interestingly, people don't look at it. They just want to say, I have arrived. And they even consider it as part of hustle. This is how to hustle for new money, forgetting that you don't have that resources to maintain things.
Yes.
So these are some of the issues that are then lifestyle inflation. I think that's what I've said about it. What are the real motive between lifestyle inflation? Lifestyle inflation has to do with living beyond your income. And it's because when you live beyond your income, or when small money arrive or get to your hand, you are thinking of how to buy, and not to save. Why do income increases frequently often lead to lifestyle inflations and more expenses instead of improved financial stability and saving?
Okay, thank you very much for that very apt question. So you can have someone, for example, one of my clients, he got a raise. He's working where he works, he got a raise. And one of the good things about this client is that when he got the raise, he said, I need a wealth advisor.
That was what he thought first.
That was the first thing. I need a wealth advisor to help me structure my finances. Many Nigerians do not think that way.
Maybe because wealth advisor will also collect money. So they feel that hiring a wealth advisor
and that's the challenge. That's the challenge. Now let's take it from this dimension. The average Nigerian, when he or she makes money, the person does not think about how that money can birth other monies.
Without having to be.
It's all about consumerism. Not about productivity, not about, these people that I'm even spending money with, how can I also set these businesses up? The average Nigerian does not think that way. So what the real issues are is, number one, the average Nigerian lacks financial intelligence.
Okay.
The average Nigerian lacks financial intelligence. The average Nigerian. I'm just telling you the way it is.
Yeah.
This is difficult conversation. So, and I told you the average Nigerian lacks financial intelligence. We don't understand basic financial principles. It goes beyond money. Let me share this very humorous story.
Money grows and money.
Let me share this humorous story. I had like a junior colleague some years back. So this was many years ago. For the first time in his life, he made 100,000 naira. And he was so happy. 100,000. He was very excited. Guess what he did? He placed that money inside his drawer in his bedroom. So he would wake up. He woke up in the morning. I need 10,000 naira. He went quickly to the drawer. He picked 10,000. He went. The following day, I need 5,000. He went to the drawer, picked 5. Day in there, that was how he was going. I need 20,000. I need it. No. He went to the drawer, opened the drawer, and he realized that the money had depleted. That had gone. It had vanished. No plan. No financial planning. No financial plan.
So it's better to plan before the money comes
It
than
is
to wait
better.
until.
It is better. It is
If you
better.
wait until when you have the money, you
And
are
it's
wasting your
not
time.
planning is just simple. It's very simple, basic. Just being able to think clearly. Okay, this money is coming in now. What do I need to do with this money? What is important to me? Because there are different things. There are some emergencies
That will show up immediately.
that will show up immediately. Things that normally they were peripheral, but because the money came up now, so those things now just suddenly come up as though they were.
Especially if you go to a
You
supermarket,
get it?
you now see buy me, everything
Buy
will be
me.
telling you buy me.
So we have to be very disciplined. We have to be disciplined. Okay, this is what I need. This is how I'm going to go about it. And this is, in fact, just simple, right? Getting a simple sheet of paper. Okay, I need this, I need this, I need this. Sometimes you need to cancel some things out. Okay, I don't need that. Then focus on what you want. Some time ago, I don't want to demarket some of these people. I cut off paid TV in my house. I cut it off. I didn't need it. I don't watch it. I was spending money on it every month.
Because I've seen that most people just get them in the house as a status symbol. They are not always at home to watch this.
I don't watch it.
They don't have the children that will watch it, but they gather it, and they will not subscribe for the lower one. They will
premium.
subscribe for the big one, and at the end of the month, ask them how many minutes have they used with their TV. They don't even have.
These are little things. They may look small, but they drain the pocket.
Meanwhile, they put that money in compound interest over the years.
I was having a conversation some time ago, and this lady was talking about, and I really appreciate talking about, taking our children to the big school. I asked her how much she paid per term. She said she paid 4 million naira per term per child. And she said, okay, can you afford it? She said she couldn't afford it, but that she is investing in her children. That's the average Nigerian mentality. Contrast it to another mentor of mine. A mentor of mine, he had a target. This is the kind of school I want to take my children to. But at this moment, I cannot afford it. So he now took the children to the school he could afford. And for some time, the children were there. Then as his financial status increased, as his inflow increased, as the income increased, he now was able to conveniently
put them in this
afford to put them in that eyebrow school without even batting an eye, because he had the cash flow
that can sustain that
to sustain it conveniently. In fact, the children are now abroad, schooling abroad now. Just imagine that. And this lady
is in debt.
She's in debt. She doesn't have a plan. We were asking, okay, what's your plan? This and that. Do you have a investment? I don't have any investment. I don't have this. It's my children. I need 4 million per month, per term. I'm not saying it's not right. I'm just saying that it's misplaced priority.
You should grow at the level that you are growing.
Grow. That's what we're talking about. And that's what the average Nigerian thinks. We think about, I want to do this, I want to do that. Even sometimes putting your children in such schools is just to show off sometimes. My children, and they struggle to pay. Sometimes they struggle to pay the school fees. What's the essence of that? What are you trying to impress?
There's this, because we are talking about why many smart Nigerians are broke.
Yes.
There's this conception that we used to think that maybe something is leaking money in your pocket. So let's talk about invisible financial leak. So people always believe that it's one devil or one demon that when you put money there, they can't find the money. And what are the most common hidden drain on Nigeria income that people underestimate their importance? Let me give you an example. This may include debt servicing, impulsive spending, subscription, like we have said, family obligation, etc. These are invisible financial leak, family obligation. Because you are the only one that is working in the family. Every family member must now put pressure on you to show. So how do you deal with these invisible financial leaks?
Thank you very much. This is a very, very important question. The truth remains that the things you are talking about, those factors are just peripheral. They are the things you can see.
There's a root cause.
Root cause.
So what are the
root cause? We must deal with it from the root cause. And it still has to do with that mindset. When I say mindset, what I'm trying to say is that to build wealth, see, we must first understand that building wealth is a process.
It's not an overnight
We
thing.
believe, there's a strong belief, and we must talk about that belief. The first thing is that belief. When I'm talking about mindset, the average Nigerian's belief is that they can hammer.
Okay.
Just one day, they can just hammer. You can just continue your lifestyle, keep doing the stuff you are doing.
And then you just hammer
you
one
just
day.
hammer one day. It doesn't work that way. And that's why many people stay broke. The truth remains that wealth is built.
Gross.
Wealth is generated. So it means starting with what you have. This is how much I have now. I have this amount of money. So what can I do? How can I start being strategic in
But
what?
this little that I have.
Building wealth. Let me share this. A friend of mine, I'm still talking about the mindset. And how, if you want to build wealth in Nigeria, you must go countercultural. That's the truth. A friend of mine, he said something that shocked me many years ago. He said, I don't pray to pay my rent. I don't fast and pray to pay my rent. He said it's a matter of simple planning. Okay, the rent is due so and so.
You already know
date. You know when the rent is due. So you start planning towards it. He said the first thing is that many people go to where they cannot afford to live in. So it now becomes a prayer for. He said where he stays is a very good place. It's the kind of place that he can afford. So what he does is, okay, the rent is due at so and so. He has some investments
that he believes
that he has already put in place. Once the rent is due, he just liquidates. Okay, let me liquidate this one, settle.
Well, what if you have low income? Because people have given low income as an excuse.
That's a flimsy excuse. Flimsy. Now, so like I said,
so with your low income, you should go and find a low house, Abi.
See, I remember when I got married. When I got married, I wanted to live in a certain place. A certain eyebrow place. That was where I wanted to live in. I said, no, what can I afford now? This is where, okay, I want a comfortable place. I don't want a small place, a big place. So where can I afford the rent of that place? We found the place. And we moved there. And we lived there for 7 years.
And then you started.
And when it was time to move, when the status changed, it was even obvious that you had gone this place. We left the place and moved to the eyebrow place that I had in mind. So that's what, see, we must go counterculture. I don't think about what people will say. You want to build wealth, you must swim upstream, not downstream.
So what are the bad financial habits that people do that you have seen? You are trying to, what destructive money behavior keep hardworking people stuck despite consistent hustle?
The first one, I've mentioned it before, conspicuous consumption. That's the major one. You are buying what you don't necessarily need to impress those people.
Those who do not even care.
Who don't care. Just buying things to impress people. Imagine something. I know of a lady, some years back, she would come to you and ask for money. Then one day, there was a wedding ceremony in the family. And they said, this is actually so and so amount. The people that this lady asked for money from, they did not buy the Ashobi. They just monetized it and gave it to the family. To the family of that bride. But guess what? This lady, on the wedding day, she wore the Ashobi.
So the people
that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Habits, right?
It's a bad financial habit. She couldn't afford it. Yet she found a means, one way or another, and that's what it. In fact,
which is debt trap.
You see, one of the things I schooled in a part of Nigeria, they say that if you go and meet them that you need money to pay to do good things, they won't give you. But if you ask that you want to do burial, that you want to, they will borrow you the money.
Because they will shop out of it now.
You see, it's a cultural thing. So, conspicuous consumption is major. If the average Nigerian can overcome conspicuous consumption, more than 40% of the bad habits is gone. Bad money habits or bad spending habits is gone. The second one is accumulation of debt.
The debt trap.
Debt trap. It is a major trap. Major trap. Some people we had a client many years ago. She was earning well. Earnings. Imagine someone earning. This was many years ago, more than 10 years ago. She was earning about 800,000 naira. Guess what? At the end of by that month, the amount that comes to her hand is 80,000. 10% of that 800,000. 800.
Maybe that is invisible.
720,000 goes into debt service. And this lady had a property that was willed to her by her father that she got rent from. What was she doing? Single lady.
Maybe she has friends.
Single
she can't
lady.
cook at home and all of those
This
things.
is difficult conversation, so I need to be very.
That's true.
Debt trap is major. Is major. So conspicuous consumption, debt trap. And then, see, there are certain parts of our culture that we must.
Cultural demands.
Cultural demands. Imagine family doing this, family. For instance, you have a business and a family member that is not productive, that will not add value to your organization. You know that the person is lazy. But because your family, is your brother, employ him, you don't know he doesn't have job, give him something to do, but he won't add value. And because of sentiments, you engage such a person.
Or they also believe that you have money, so you must share the money.
See, that's another thing. The average Nigerian, I dare say, the average Nigerian has what I call entitlement mentality. See, nobody owes anybody anything. The average Nigerian thinks that you must. Because it is their entitlement. Because you are their brother or you are their sister and you have money, you must share the money with them. Entitlement mentality is a major disease. Major disease.
So how do we break this cycle? Psychologically, there are psychological drivers. How do emotion, stress, scarcity, mindset of financial anxiety shape spending? Because we've seen that sometimes it's when you don't have money that you get hungry, that hunger will nearly wire you. Emotion triggered spending and a lot of things. Those who have money, they don't even eat as many times as those who do not have money. It's those who do not. You find people going to restaurant, they will buy for because of childhood trauma where you have suffered so much. You don't used to eat one meat. Now that you have money, you now want to buy 5 bokoto, 5 whatever. Psychological stress, and how do we deal with that in terms of, because psychological scarcity, those are drivers, stress, and the scarcity mentality could actually lead to being broke. What are your advice for Nigerians who are broke but are hardworking in that area?
Okay, thank you very much, because we must focus on solutions.
Yeah.
That's the critical factor of critical reason why we're here. Now, the first solution I would prefer is that you are working very hard and you are not getting commensurate result, or you are working very hard but you are still staying broke. Something is wrong. You must accept. The first thing you accept that something is wrong. That's just it. It's not normal. Having said that, having accepted, number 2 is that you must chase transformation.
How will I chase
transformation?
For a natural
The
person.
first thing I would ask you is, how many books on finances have you
your
read?
level of information about finance.
How many
let's assume I cannot read.
You cannot read.
So because if you say books, I cannot
It's
read.
either there's got to be a way through which you could
Learn.
assimilate
There's
information
a
or learn.
street mass.
Just follow your own. You can get a mentor. For instance, someone who is doing well. How is the person? The person does not have 2 heads. The first thing is there is something you don't know.
So let's say knowledge. Because
knowledge.
If you say book, I don't know how to read.
Knowledge
but
is very
there's
important.
Street smart.
Street smart. You can learn from people who are already doing well. Doing well legitimately.
Are you doing it? Yeah,
How did you
legitimate.
do it?
Because sometimes you don't even
Legitimately.
know who is getting rich legitimately. You need
Legitimately is very important.
Exactly.
Legitimate. I remember a particular time, I was struggling. I've been in these shoes too. So that's why I'm speaking passionately. I was struggling financially. Struggling. I said, enough, I can't be struggling like this again and again. So I shut down the business. I located someone who was doing very well in my industry.
Okay.
I went there, I said, sir, I want to serve you for free. Don't pay me anything.
Let me know
I just want to learn from you. I want to understudy you. What are you doing different? I didn't tell him all this about. I just
well, can a married man with children go and do service for free?
See, it's fine. I'm not saying there are no hard and fast rules to this. There are different shades of distance that you can embrace. The most important thing is being able to get new information, knowledge. Now, in the age of AI that we now have, a lot more Nigerians will be rendered redundant. A lot of professions will be rendered redundant.
The better.
The earlier, the better.
You get to know.
The better. Now, I want to say this too. Many Nigerians also need therapy.
How?
Because of many of us have been battered by the environment, by the economy. Sometimes you just need therapy. Sometimes
what kind of therapy?
Therapy.
Money therapy.
Not necessarily. Emotional therapy. Getting a therapist to just, see, in fact, when you engage a wealth advisor, for instance, it doesn't mean that.
But you have to have money to engage a wealth advisor.
It's not necessary that you have money. You have a plan. You have a goal. This is where I am. This is where I'm going to. How do I get there? So the function of the wealth advisor is to chart that wealth course for you, and hold you, and to help you to design that path, and to give you the necessary tools.
Well, you can get advice and not be disciplined to follow.
That's what we're talking about. Wealth advisor. I'm talking about the advice that also involves accountability and holding.
All right, we've been talking to Mr. Benjamin Adurojai, a global wealth financial strategist, and I wish we have more time, but I think that we'll do a part 2 of this maybe in no distant time. We've been talking about why many smart and hardworking Nigerians stay broke. Maybe we should not say Nigeria, why many but we want to help Nigeria basically in this episode, because Nigeria are noted to work hard. They work hard. They wake up in the morning. They sleep late. Particularly in a city like Lagos where we live, people work hard like mad. But at the end of the day, it is not justifying whatever they come out. And today we have been told the right mindset, getting out of debt traps, ditching socio-cultural demand, and then understanding that there's a difference between riches and wealth. Wealth takes time to grow, and therefore, if you want to be wealthy, you have to have a plan for a long-term plan, not overnight. That you have money does not mean that you are very wealthy, because if your liability is more than the income that you have, your net worth is zero. These are some of the things that should be a takeaway for our listener in this. I want to thank you once again, Mr. Benjamin, for coming again. It's good to have you. If you want to meet him, we can get through to him through you and all of that, so that he's a financial advisor. And I said, everything is not money. I hope that we can bank on that.
It's true. It's very true.
That everything is not money. That maybe, but that does not mean we should take this knowledge for granted. I'm just joking. So you need financial advisor. Your company needs financial advisor, because that's one of the reasons why company also fail. It's not just individual. There are companies that make billions, and at the end of the day, they are still on the same spot. I want to say thank you once again. Please DM us on all our social media platforms, or if there's anything you want us to talk about, send us a mail at info@difficultconversationafrica.org. See you in the next edition, and thank you for coming.
Thank you for listening to this episode. For inquiry, please send an email to info@difficultconversationafrica.org. Telephone 0809 3160591. Please follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Difficult Conversation Africa. See you soon.